Yeah, hi there, Rafaat. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and you just completed, I think it was the independent writing practice test number 18, and I copied this into my word processing program, so I want to go ahead and read through the essay, and as I do, I will make some changes in terms of your content, your organization, your details, even any grammar problems that you might have in this particular essay. So you've paid to have the additional service to have me go over the essays that you're submitting at my website. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So the first thing, let's go through the spell check. So routine, we want to change that to the I there, so let's do that. So we'll change like to L-I-K-E, watching W-A-T-C-H-I-N-G, TV channels is with 2M, not 1. Or 2 N's, not 1. Okay. All right, so here we go. So your first paragraph, and the actual question is, maybe we should take a look at that too. So it says, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Universities should give the same amount of money to their student sports activities as they give to their university libraries. Use specific reasons and examples to support your point of view. And let's see how many words you've written, just for curiosity. So 292, you're getting there, but you're still... I would recommend you want to get closer to 350 words. Okay, let's read. So most people need to make, I'm going to say here change, not changing. I think the noun's going to work better here, not the gerund. Most people need to make a change to their routines lift. I'm going to say you can probably just use the word routine. So it can make a change to the routine and the busy schedules by, you want to say here, I think the gerund needs to go before useful activities. You would say by maybe doing many useful activities like sports or watching movies on TV channels. Universities have their aim of I'm going to say here, universities have the aim of educating their students, but it cannot be occurred only. I don't think you have to say passive voice here, but the educational process, I think it means I'm going to say maybe learning. It's not even clear what it means. So let's say learning cannot occur only by the scientific or education process, but also learning can not only occur by the scientific or education process, but also by by some amusement activities. You don't need the apostrophe there, just say amusement activities. Now you need to either put a period here or put a semicolon. This is called a run-on. A run-on means you're putting two different subjects and two verbs together with no punctuation at all. So if we take a look at this, this is one sentence. The next sentence is this, right here. So you have two choices. We can put the semicolon, in which case, right here, we'll put a comma. Now, the semicolon, I think, Rafaat, works pretty well when you want to join two closer related independent clauses. That's why we'll do it, or we'll choose that punctuation over a period, for example. You say, therefore, they must give the same amount of money to their students' sports activities as they give I'm going to say to here, as they give to support their library's needs. I think that's good. You have libraries as in plural. Sports can play an important role to decrease student stress I'm going to say through refreshment. I'm going to say relaxation. Usually refreshment is maybe after you've been playing a long game of baseball and it's been really hot, and then you go back to the dugout. You know, you go back to where the coach and the other players are and you drink something. That's refreshment. You feel refreshed, energized. Probably here, I think the better word here is relaxation. Sports can play an important role to decrease student stress through relaxation, and also okay, so then you say, and also provide them with an ability to excel. This one, we'll take a look at this later. That's what you wrote, but let's go back. So it looks like, from what I can tell here, you have a thesis, which is good. So you have two reasons why you think universities should give the same amount of money to their sports activities as they give to support their library's needs. Sports can play an important role. Number one, this is your first key point, to decrease student stress through relaxation and also provide them with an ability. I'm going to say, you say provide with. I think opportunity works better here. Now, if you say give them or teach them the ability, so sports can play an important role to decrease student stress through relaxation and also provide them with an opportunity to excel. Okay, here's your first point. First, universities cannot, of course, ignore their library's needs. Put apostrophe here, means the needs of the libraries. Although they can avoid the responsibility, they can avoid the responsibility, I'm going to say, of making the education process acceptable and excited. Boring, maybe some students can be unhappy to attend classes if they did not find other activities like amazing sports to involve and enjoy. Second, by refreshment. See, this is where you're running into trouble here a little bit, is we have to look at, you said relaxation, right, in the beginning, or you said refreshment, and then you have the opportunity to excel. I think these are two separate key points. You're using let's say distress can be the main problem, so that can be against their succeed to reach and to be more comprehend, and we can focus in the next point. You see, this paragraph is really throwing you off a cliff, because you have to go back to the idea of relaxation, right? You can say, first, if, you might say, universities allocate the same amount of money See, we have to really look at what you're doing with your topic sentences. We've been working with this for quite a while now, so look at what I did here. I said, first, if universities allocate the same amount of money given to libraries, and allocate goes with for, so for their sports activities, students will be able to reduce some of the stress they have from all of their academic studies. So then we have to give an example. You have to say, for example, majoring in biology difficult exams. You might say, you see, so what we have to do now is to support the idea of how the stress will be reduced. So, for example, a student who is majoring in biology has to memorize a lot of terms and read hundreds and hundreds of pages to prepare for the difficult exams he will have to take in this class. So the biology student will have a place to play. And you might say, being able to play basketball with his friends might help him to reduce some of stress. So being able to play basketball with his friends might help him to reduce. Maybe we should go back to the idea of let's say a relaxed environment. You might say ultimately, in the end, this relaxation might help the student concentrate better when he resumes his biology studies. You see what I'm saying? You got to get specific. I'm still looking for you to get more specific. You say amazing sports, I say basketball. Right? You talk about the educational process, boring, I say biology. Do you see what I'm saying? So you got to get more specific. Again, you must get specific in the middle part of your body paragraphs. This is the time where you start giving the details to support your generalizations. Okay, let's take a look at this paragraph again. So let's say first, if universities allocate the same amount of money given to the libraries for their sports activities, students will be able to reduce some of the stress they have from all of their academic studies. For example, a student who is majoring in biology has to memorize a lot of terms and read hundreds and hundreds of pages to prepare for the difficult exams he will take in his class. Sometimes the student might want to take a break and play basketball. If the university has spent money on creating basketball courts, both indoor and outdoor, the biology student will have a place to play, and being able to play basketball with his friends might help him reduce some of his stress because he is in a more relaxed environment. In the end, this relaxation might help the student concentrate better when he resumes his biology studies. Okay, so this idea, your second one, says, by the refreshment, which can be the perfect atmosphere to learn, we can reach to other steps to make the education process more easy than before by available sports. When the student involved in any sport, he can be ideal place to excel and prove himself. If the university has varied activities, it will give him a good chance to make the education process easier than before. Universities can never ignore the libraries because of the main field to attend the better levels and the standard scale in the sports also. You're still struggling, you're still working on this. The vocabulary issues and some of your grammar issues are making it a little bit difficult. But the thing I'm concerned about the most is you have to go back to what the question is. Then you might say, universities who decide to give similar amounts of money to its sports programs libraries and its, I should say there because we say university, right? I have to be careful about our pronouns and our possessive adjectives. Their libraries and second, universities who decide to give similar amounts of money to the libraries and their sports programs athletically. I think the Excel thing is good, and I'm gonna create really kind of a twofold thing here. So if we look at what I've done in the topic sentence again, I'm kind of restating the question. You say second, universities who decide to give similar amounts of money to the libraries and their sports programs will help their students to excel academically and athletically. Now the first thing is to discuss, based on the paragraph here, let's discuss the library briefly, and then we'll get into the how students excel athletically. So we'll say, so you say it cannot be denied that students need the library so they can complete their research assignments in undergraduate and graduate classes. You'll put learn to excel academically by improving their critical thinking and writing skills. We don't want to focus too much on that. Now let's get into the real focus of this paragraph. Similarly, now I would say here something like this. Why do you think I used this idea? It says similarly, students who take advantage of the equally funded sports facilities, I say equally funded, so Equally means similar, means the same. So the funding of the libraries are the same as the funding of the sports programs or sports facilities. So you say similarly, students who take advantage of the equally funded sports facilities such as the soccer fields will be able to learn to excel athletically. You might say something like this. Learn to excel Now it's time for an example. I'm going to say he or she because the last time I said he, right? In the previous paragraph, he will have to take whatever, so this time I'm going to use she. So, for example, if a student is able to play soccer with their peers on the weekends, she will learn to improve defensive and offensive soccer playing skills. There's no doubt there. Practice makes perfect, right? Academically and athletically makes her a more well-rounded individual. Okay, I think we have it. Okay, we don't overdo it here. So we have in this one, we have second, universities who decide to give similar amounts of money to the libraries and their sports programs will help students to excel academically and athletically. It cannot be denied that students need the library so that they can complete their research assignments in the undergraduate and graduate classes. Students who take advantage of these research facilities will learn to excel academically by improving their critical thinking and writing skills. Similarly, students who take advantage of the equally funded sports facilities such as soccer fields will learn to excel athletically. For example, a student is able to play soccer with their peers on the weekends should say here who, if a student who is able to play soccer with their peers on the weekends, no, I guess it was right, sorry. If a student is able to play soccer with her peers on the weekends, she will learn to improve, I should say her defensive and offensive soccer playing skills. Furthermore, being able to excel academically and athletically makes her a well-rounded individual. In addition, she will learn teamwork as she plays soccer, which is yet another important trait. I think we have it. Now let's see how we're doing with our word count. 413, so we're already over the 350. So you're getting there, but you still need to work on developing your ideas a little bit more. So that's partly a vocabulary issue. So you might say, to sum up, the education process can be complicated, but it can be more effective I would encourage these administrators to allocate the same amount of money they give to their libraries to their sports. Now, what did I do here? Think about what I just did in this conclusion. So again, we really have to kind of restate the question. So to sum up, the education process can be complicated, and a school administrator should always be very careful in regards to where they spend their money. Since sports activities at universities have an important place, I would encourage these administrators to allocate the same amount of money they give to the libraries to other valuable programs such as basketball and soccer. Now, I mentioned the word basketball here because this is kind of what I talked about here, right? And now I also mentioned the word soccer because this is the example that I kind of bring up in this area, right? You see what I did? So now we have a conclusion that kind of ties up all the loose ends in the essay. It restates some of the key arguments that you're trying to make in the essay itself. Okay, so let's take a look at the beginning again. And I want to read it just one more time. Let's make just a few more corrections and I think we'll be done. It says, most people need to make a change to their routine and the busy schedules by doing many useful activities like some sports or watching movies on TV channels. Universities have their aim of educating their students, but learning can not only occur by the scientific or education process, but also by some amusement activities. Therefore, they must give the same amount of money to their students' sports activities as they give to support their library's needs. Sports can play an important role to decrease student stress through relaxation and also provide them with, how about plural maybe, because sports is plural, we have students is plural, with opportunities to excel. First, if universities allocate the same amount of money given to libraries for their sports activities, students will be able to reduce some of the stress they have from all of their academic studies. For example, a student who is majoring in biology has to memorize a lot of terms and read hundreds and hundreds of pages to prepare for the difficult exams he will take in his class. Sometimes the student might want to take a break and play basketball. If the university has spent some money on creating basketball courts, both indoor and outdoor, the biology student will have a place to play, and being able to play basketball with his friends might help him to reduce some of the stress because he is in a more relaxed environment. In the end, this relaxation might help the student concentrate better when he resumes his biology studies. Second, universities who decide to give similar amounts of money to the libraries and their sports programs will help their students to excel academically and athletically. It cannot be denied that students need their libraries so they can complete their research assignments in their undergraduate and graduate classes. Students who take advantage of these research facilities will learn to excel academically by improving their critical thinking and writing skills. Similarly, students who take advantage of the equally funded sports facilities such as the soccer fields will learn to excel athletically. For example, if a student is able to play soccer with her peers on the weekends, she will learn to improve her defensive and offensive soccer playing skills. Furthermore, being able to excel academically and athletically makes her a well-rounded individual. In addition, she will learn teamwork as she plays soccer, which is yet another important trait. From these examples, it is evident that libraries and sports programs make positive contributions on students. Conclusion. To sum up, the education process can be complicated, and school administrators should always be very careful in regards to where they spend their money. Since sports activities at universities have an important place, I would encourage these administrators to allocate the same amount of money they give to the libraries to other valuable programs such as basketball and soccer. We got it. Now let's do a spell check one more time. Libraries, looks like we have an I that's not needed. Let's change that. Administrators is misspelled. Activities, encourage, administrators again. Okay, I think we have it. Now the question is now, what would your essay score and why? Right? So that's maybe the next thing we should take a look at. Let's take a look at it a little bit more. Okay, from what you wrote, I'm going to put you right now, I gave you a score, and you can compare your score to the sample essay at my website. I gave you 2.75 out of 5, or 18 points out of 30, so I think with your particular essay, you need to do a little bit better job still. I like the thesis that you created, but the topic sentences in the body paragraphs, they need to have a closer connection to that thesis. Now, in addition to that, you still need more specific examples in the body paragraphs to connect back to the topic sentence or the general idea. So that also is a weakness in your essay. Now, in addition to that, you do have some vocabulary and some grammar problems that also are bringing your score down. So that's why I put you the 2.75 out of 5 or 18 points out of 30 on this. Now, some IBT human raters, they might score it a little bit lower, but I did like that you did write, 290 something words or 280 something words. But some IBT human raters might score this essay a little bit lower due to some of the problems that I just mentioned. Alrighty? So there we go. That's what you wrote. Here is my revision of what you wrote here. So in this case, we have 4 paragraphs. You could have done 5 if you had 3 reasons. You chose to focus around 2 key points. But if you choose 2 key points over 3, you're still expected to approach that 350 word limit. And what that means is if you have 2 points, you have to develop your ideas more as opposed to if you have 3 key ideas. You can probably use a little, maybe fewer details in those 3 body paragraphs as you might have to do with the 2. It might be something like this. Let me give you an example. If you do two key points, you might use maybe 3 different examples or 3 kinds of examples in your body paragraphs to help support those ideas. If you have 3 different ideas, you have 1 in each of those, you might have 2 specific details in each of those body paragraphs to support those points. Alrighty, anyway, thank you for completing the test. And during this time of year, it is Christmas time. So here is my little Christmas holiday wishes to you. All right, have a great day and happy holidays to you.